Hello, this is Eleanor Dow. As Sarah said, I'm the Senior Director of our Quality and Training team, and we also have Brent Clark on the line, who's our Director of Training out in our St. Louis office. And we are excited to talk to you today about the Learning Hub. You know, Brent and I have been working on this project for over a year with the goal of providing you with an on-demand training so that you can better onboard your staff more efficiently, as well as learn about new functionality. So in today's webinar, we're going to show you around the Learning Hub, giving you a demo so that you and your team can start taking advantage of our free training. All right. So I've been at Bullhorn for a little over 10 years, and I joined the training team about 2 years ago. And at that time, the Bullhorn Academy had just been launched, which was really their first phase of on-demand training videos. And since then, Bullhorn has grown in complexity as well as expanding our products. So Brett and I took this opportunity to really step back and determine how we could better help you. So our mission is to provide an incredible customer experience. As we think about how we can improve your learning, we used our mission as a foundation to build the Learning Hub, creating an incredible learning experience for your team. You told us you wanted more training on demand and defined learning paths, so we kept this front of mind as we built the Learning Hub. So on that note, I'm going to transition this over to Brent so he can provide you with a demo.
Perfect. Thank you, Eleanor, and thank you, Sarah. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for taking some time to really learn about the Learning Hub. We are, as Eleanor has stated, we are incredibly excited about the way this is going to make what you do much easier. And in the learning journey that Eleanor just talked about, she actually mentioned where it was when we started, what our training options really were. And what I'm showing on the screen right now is our old version of the customer portal. And many of you have seen these e-learning videos before, right? And one of the core pieces of feedback that we consistently received was the content is really good, but there's no defined learning paths. There's really no reason for me to go take one specific course over another. And as I onboard a new employee, it's really just a huge list of content for me to get through that's not necessarily organized in a way that fits my job role, whether I'm an end user, whether I'm a manager, or whether I'm an administrator. You really had to come and pick and choose. There was also no notifications that went out when we added new content. So if there were new features, if there was new functionality, you really weren't able to see whether that content existed in this old customer portal. We would just add it and you would have to go search for it. And that's what we're trying to solve here, trying to give you the ability to find content easier that fits your job role, and also to be able to find new features and functionality that exist. So I'm going to jump over now to my demo account of our Bullhorn platform, and this should look familiar to all of you on the call here today. And I want to walk through obviously accessing the Learning Hub, but then also showing you how to navigate through it. So as I'm in my Bullhorn instance, I'm going to go over here and hit the help icon on the top right. If you've not taken these steps yet to go ahead and access the Learning Hub, please be sure to do so after this call. It then will take you over to the Bullhorn community. And the first place you want to go, and you'll notice we've got some advertisements for the Learning Hub, but if you hit the training icon or the training tab at the top, you're going to be automatically logged in by clicking on the Login to Learning Hub. You'll be automatically logged in. We are using a single sign-on through the community, so there's no user IDs or passwords for you to have to remember. You just need to log into your Bullhorn, hit Help, go over and log into the Learning Hub, and it automatically redirects you right into the Learning Hub. Now, the first thing you'll notice when you get in here is that you can resume any content that you previously started, and that's what shows up under the My Courses feature here at the bottom. So as I entered this first course, which is List Management and Search, you can see that I've already completed this course called Searching for Candidates. However, there's several additional modules on list management and searching that I want to go ahead and complete. Now, the nice thing for you as somebody who's consuming training is in all of our courses, we are now putting out there for you an estimated time to complete. This allows you to plan your day and not having your learning or training activities interrupt that. You can dedicate 15 minutes to go work through a couple modules and then go ahead and go back to your job and putting people to work and finding candidates and jobs that you're trying to fill. We want to make sure that you can plan your training activities around the other very important activities you have throughout the day. So I definitely wanted to point that out, and you can see your completion status here as well. If I wanted to retake a course, let's say I got distracted and I really didn't follow along in this searching for candidates as closely as I should have, you can go ahead and take it again. Now, if I had not completed this, it would say resume versus complete. I think something else that I really want to point out to everybody is if I were to launch this course again, and I'm right at the end of the course, you can see by my progress bar at the bottom that I'm 95% complete. As I finish this course up, it is going to allow me to actually find the documentation on this course. So as I click through this, it takes me over to the help articles that walk me through searching. We're trying to make learning easier, and that's not just through taking online training, but also using the help documentation. So this is kind of a circular motion here where you take the training and then you can find the content that exists. As I go back to my homepage, which you can always get to by hitting the Bullhorn icon at the top, you'll notice at the bottom we have these featured courses. And this is where I really want to point out the difference with where we were in the old customer portal to where we are today. These defined user paths, as you onboard new employees, this is going to be critical. As you move an employee from an end user to possibly a manager, there's additional content you're going to want them to consume, right? To learn how to do that role better. And so we've built these to show on everybody's homepage as you get logged in. If you open the end user course, you'll notice it's quite a bit of training material, right? We put it right at the top. This is going to take you a little over 2 hours to complete. But the ability to resume content as it fits your busy work schedule, if you spend 30 minutes on it this morning and 30 minutes on it in the afternoon, it does allow you to come back and complete this, which will also help with retention. Again, you can re-enroll, take these courses, and you can really see what I've already completed. You're not required to go in any specific order. So if you're really interested in just one piece of this content course, managing records, you can go out here and take that individual course. You're not required to go start to finish through this. Obviously, if you're a new employee, that's something we would definitely want you to go through. The administrator track is a little bit shorter, not quite as long, but as I learn how to configure Bullhorn and open that up, you'll notice there's additional courses within there. All of this content is searchable, and all of this can be, again, taken on demand here. So let's talk about some of the search features that are available to you. Up at the top, if you're looking for something very specific and you don't want to necessarily go out to the catalog, we'll go to the catalog in a minute here, but let's say I'm interested in learning about tasks. It's going to go ahead and pull up the course on notes and tasks where I can enroll in that, or I can just see if it really covers what it is that I want. Now, sometimes your keyword search may not necessarily give you a direct result. So if I'm searching for a job board, for example, it's going to pull up job publishing. Now, that's not a direct response, but we're entering keywords for part of the search to hopefully get to what you need. So as I click into the job publishing course, you're going to notice we've got a module as part of the course on job boards, social media, and the career portal. So never feel set back if your search doesn't give you the exact result. Click into the individual course to find what it is that you're looking for. Now, if searching for content isn't necessarily the easiest for you, the other place you can go is out to our catalog. There are different ways for you to look at the content that's available here, right? We have individual courses and overall curriculums listed for you. If the view doesn't quite work for you and you want an overall list view, you can organize this in many different ways. I like the overall tile icon view to help me kind of see what it is and who it's really targeting here. So end users, managers, etc. We're also starting to add our recorded webinars that have previously been available on our website and will continue to be there as well into the Learning Hub. which will be nice as you search for particular topics, it will take you to these webinars. So as you launch the webinar series, you'll notice we have 3 or 4 already available for you today, and we'll continue adding those as we host these monthly webinars for you in the future. Again, these can be taken on demand. When you enroll in a course and you start it, it will launch, but it also then goes back to your homepage and puts it in my courses. So that if I don't take it at this moment, I don't have time to sit and watch a 30-minute webinar, but it's something I want to do in the future, go ahead and enroll, and it will put this on your homepage there for you. Another key feature within the Learning Hub that we'd like to point out is that the Bullhorn Help is built right into it. So as you're searching for things, you find a topic you're interested in, you want to learn more, you come back later, we always have the ability to redirect you right back out to the help site so you can search for any of these topics. The content that we've been putting in here, as you look through this list, is really very similar to some of the content that was out on the old customer portal, except we've been upgrading it. You'll notice we have a new voice of all the learning. You'll notice that it has a little bit of a different look and feel. We have more conceptual videos versus necessarily just clicking and typing through everything, and you're going to continue seeing us add that throughout the remainder of this year. So one of the questions that we've consistently heard over the last several months as we've been exploring this is, internally and with some customers that were in our pilot group, is really what's next for the Learning Hub, right? This content is great. We love that it's available on demand. We love that as we move people around internally in our organization, that we can give them content, that we can make recommendations for them for content to consume, but they want to know what else is coming. This is really phase 1 of the Learning Hub, right? This is going to be a platform that evolves based on feedback from you. We have several customers over the last year that have obviously upgraded from S-Release to Novo. And so starting February 1, you will see a featured learning path that will be coming into the Learning Hub called Upgrade from S-Release to Novo. And it will have the very specific features that you need to know as you move from one version of Bullhorn to the next version of Bullhorn to make sure your team is successful. Additionally, we're going to be adding instructor-led sessions that you can sign up for. Everybody learns differently. Sitting and watching an online webinar might not be best for everybody because there's not a way to interact and ask questions with a trainer. Right? Sometimes the self-paced content is easy to get distracted from because we have busy schedules. So by adding instructor-led sessions, you're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to be able to sign up for specific topics, and these will be capacity capped, so we won't have to mute all the lines where you can actually ask questions and interact with a trainer. We look to have several of those available starting on March 1, and we will publish those as well under some of the featured courses at the bottom. So as you log in, you can see what's new and coming out to the Learning Hub. As you know, Bullhorn has acquired several companies over the last years, and one of them is PeopleNet. PeopleNet is also coming into the Learning Hub. If you are using PeopleNet or have plans to use PeopleNet, they will have training content available in the Learning Hub as well. We'll be adding additional product lines throughout 2019. For example, we'll be adding modules on Canvas. We'll be adding modules on onboarding and BBO, as well as some of the Force products that Bullhorn has acquired. So we plan to build this out quite robustly between now and the end of the year, and it should be an evolution, right? We continue to add content based on the feedback we receive from you. So one of the best ways you can give us feedback, if there's something you're looking for that we're not able to provide you today that's not out in the Learning Hub, is to actually go and evaluate a course. If you've taken this list management and search course and you say, I really wish it would cover, in a little more detail A, B, and C, go ahead and hit the evaluate course button. You can rank it, you can give us stars on the different questions, but you can also add any comments here, right? That comes directly to my team so we can evaluate what you need and put it on our list of to-dos as we move into the future of the Learning Hub. That's also something that was never available for us in the old customer portal, and why we're excited about the Learning Hub is that it gives you a voice for what the content is going to be as we move into this new space. And that's really the quick demo of how the Learning Hub works and where we've been with it and where we're going with it. So Sarah, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know we probably have some questions that have come in.
Yeah, definitely. I can go right into the questions. Our first one is, when new features and updates to Bullhorn are enabled, will there be training in the Learning Hub?
Great question. Absolutely. So my team is currently working on making product releases more interactive, right? In the past, they've been notes that you have to read through, and we distribute that content to you, but oftentimes people want to practice. People want to see a video of some of the new features. So over the next 60 days, you will see the first product release content be added to the Learning Hub, where your team can go in and learn about the new changes that have been made to your Bullhorn platform. We hope to have that out by the end of February into early March for that next product release. And we think that's going to make a big difference as well, right? Again, not everybody wants to sit and read and sit and search. Everybody does learn differently. Some people do want to read and search. We'll still make that available, but some people want to try it. Some people want to go watch a video of somebody demonstrating how to do it or guiding them through that process. So product release notes coming within 60 days. Great question.
Awesome. Thanks, Brent. Our next question is, how do we submit feedback?
Yeah, so we just covered the feedback on the actually evaluating the courses, but if there's additional feedback you want to give us, learninghub@bullhorn.com is the email address you can use. So if you've not completed a course and there's nothing really to evaluate, there's something that doesn't make sense just with basic navigation or functionality of the Learning Hub, utilize the email address learninghub@bullhorn.com. My team's monitoring that regularly, and we're making a list of feature requests and future enhancements as we continue to build this out.
Awesome. Next question is, you mentioned instructor-led training is coming soon. What's that going to look like?
Another great question. So we are currently building a core curriculum of really 30 to 60-minute sessions that you can sign up for. We're building a list of topics that will be product specific. So let's say for the ATS, you want more help with list management, or you want more help with advanced searching. You can sign up for a session where a trainer will walk you through how to best utilize those features in Bullhorn. And you can ask questions, right? If you're not getting the same results as what the trainer is getting, ask why. Interact with them, submit questions, and have a dialogue where you can have demonstrations right on the spot. That's definitely very important to us, is that you have access to somebody that has these answers. We're also going to be a little bit more diverse in our products and what we're offering as well. So we have Canvas experts. We know that there are a lot of Canvas questions out there, and people want to learn more about that very robust and technical system, right? What better way to do that than, first off, taking some e-learning that we will be making available this year, but also just getting on the phone with the trainer and asking those questions. Those will be instructor-led, as we've obviously said here, and those will be where you sign up directly within the Learning Hub. So we will have a calendar of events coming where you can see when these sessions are, you can register for them, and the nice thing when you register for an event is it adds it automatically to your calendar for you. So you don't have to remember that when it's coming up or be checking a website. Once you've registered, it's on your calendar. You're going to get email notifications reminding you of that session. So great question.
Sounds great. Next question is, in the future, will the Learning Hub cover S-release content?
Yeah, so if we go back out to the old customer portal, where was that? Here we go. You'll notice that a lot of this was in S-release. As we've built out the Learning Hub, we've focused on Novo, which is the future of Bullhorn. However, we know that not every customer is moving to Novo in the next, 2 weeks, and there's plans for that to happen, and with each individual company is what makes sense for you. So my team is going back through this content, and we're redoing that as well. We want to make sure that it's up to date, that it's got a modern look and feel, that it's interactive, and that it suits all your needs. So we are rebuilding that content, and we will be adding that as well. And we'll notate on each different course, whether it's S-release or Novo. So that will be coming soon as well.
Okay, and can we pull and plug different trainings into groups that best fit our teams and training needs?
That would be feedback that we definitely ask you to submit. So right now, we've definitely built this as just end user, administrator, and manager. But if there are specific groups, maybe sales versus recruiting is a great example, that's an opportunity for us to continue to build out those those featured courses or those curriculum paths. So if there are specific groups you're looking for, submit that as feedback to learninghub@bullhorn.com, and that's something we will explore for you, absolutely. But you do not have the capability of doing that yourself. We would need to build that and make it available within Learning Hub.
Okay, and are the course choices visible to all user types? For example, does a simple user have access to the admin track?
Yes. So right now, there's no way for us to turn that on or off. But at the same time, we think this is a really good learning opportunity for your teams, right? If I'm an end user interested in becoming a manager, I may want to know what is expected within Bullhorn or what the additional functionality is. Is it something I'm capable of understanding? The administrator role is much more technical than the recruiting role. Am I capable of doing that if it's something I'm interested in? By knowing that this content is there, one, it would help me feel more comfortable about taking on a new role, but it also tells me how much time I need to really invest to start to learn a little bit about that position. So it's definitely available for everybody, but not required or assigned training.
Great, thanks, Brent. Next question. Will we as administrators be able to assign courses to staff for them to take what our company feels necessary for them rather than them deciding what to take?
That is a feature request we've also heard already, and one we are working on making available. In the initial launch of this, it is not there, but it will be something we're exploring over the next couple months that we do want to make available. There's just some development work that we need to put in to make that functionality there. I will tell you that the same goes for reporting. That question has come in. If I want to get a list of courses that my team has taken and completed, that is additional functionality we are working on adding. However, at any time, you can ask your employee to come out here, and if in the top right, if you hit the 3 bars, you can ask them for a copy of their transcript. And as I go through this, and again, this is my demo account, so you can see the courses that I'm currently in progress on and what I've completed. So if you have an employee telling you they've done it, you could ask them for this at this moment, and they would be able to show this to you. But again, the reporting functionality for that is something we are looking to add in the near future here.
Great. And is this only for front office or back office as well?
The content that's there right now is front office, but as we talk about what's coming throughout 2019, back office, onboarding, Canvas, we should be having modules available very shortly on that, coming very soon.
Okay, and I saw in an article that there will be badges. Would there be a certification course attached to the Learning Hub similar to Trailblazer on Salesforce?
So definitely something we are exploring, right? We've not defined what a certified Bullhorn admin or certified power user or whatever it is you want to call it is going to be. The system has the capabilities, and as we add more content, we plan to make a certification course available. I don't know that that will be 2019. It really depends on the feedback we get from the end users as this goes live, but it's something our team is interested in doing as we've heard that consistent feedback. So we will take this as just another opportunity to continue exploring making that available.
Awesome, thanks, Brent. And we have a great question here. When is this launching?
It is live. So if you are in your Bullhorn account and you hit help, as we said at the beginning, gave that quick demo, if you hit help and then go ahead, the training tab, and try to log in, it should redirect you here automatically. If for some reason that is not happening, reach out to our support team who can help troubleshoot that for you, but this has been turned on for all Bullhorn users globally.
Great, thanks, Brent. So I think we're actually going to call it there for today's webinar, but as a reminder, we will be sharing the webinar recording with all attendees within the next 24 hours, as well as uploading the video directly into the Learning Hub. There were some questions that we didn't get to, so we're going to go ahead and follow up with those directly via email. That's for anything that we didn't have time to cover during the presentation or in this Q&A section. So don't forget to log into the Learning Hub through the customer community at help.bullhorn.com, as Brent said, and thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.